The Old Testament books of 1st and 2nd Chronicles cover the widest swath of history of any book of the Bible. The opening genealogy begins with the first human man, and the final event is the decree of Cyrus the Great in 538 BC. The main focus of the books is the time period of the kings of Israel and Judah, which is at first surprising given the other 3 books of the Bible already dedicated to this. In fact, about 50% of the information in Chronicles is already found in 2 Samuel and Kings. The other 50% of new information, paired with the editing choices of Chronicles' author, allow us to see the book's theological insight, the purpose for which it was written. The authorship of the books are tied into its date of composition. The date of writing must be after the time of the exile, as the end of the exile is recorded. The end of 2 Chronicles is also repeated in the opening of the book of Ezra. This flows nicely with a Jewish tradition of the Talmud that claims Ezra as chronicler. Certainly, Ezra is a possibility, and the issue of authorship has been debated extensively using book themes, grammar, and word use, among others. But as the books themselves don't claim an author, it's still speculative. Nevertheless, Chronicles is often dated to the 5th century BC. The name Chronicles ultimately comes from the Hebrew title for the books that literally means the affairs of the days, or annals, or chronicles. This Hebrew phrase is used 33 times in Kings in reference to the sources being used to write Kings, and it's used once in 1 Chronicles, referring to the official court record of David's reign. Looking at what content the author of Chronicles repeated from the other biblical books, what content he added, and the language he chose to use, reveals for us some of the themes and perhaps the overall biblical purpose of the book. A clear theme is the unity of God's people, of all Israel, a phrase used 40 times in Chronicles while only 18 times in Kings. The Davidic covenant is also a clear focus, as most of the books are about David and Solomon directly. The Jerusalem temple and the worship practices surrounding it are another clear focus. God's justice in rewarding obedience and punishing disobedience in his covenant people, the importance of having an upright, willing heart over bland obedience, and an effort to record previously left out prayers of some major kings rounds out some of the more personal themes. Overall, it's easy to see that Chronicles were written to a new generation of Israelites taking back the Promised Land. These exiles had returned. What did God have for them now? What exactly did their history mean? Chronicles seems to have been written to answer these questions and bring all of Israel's history back into a guiding role for a new generation of covenant people. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this spotlight, please like it, share it with a friend, and leave us a comment below on what you thought. Also, don't forget to click the bell and subscribe for the latest Bible Discovery content.